Let's be honest, most guys spend way too much time worrying about how to keep a woman interested. They're glued to their phones, analyzing every message, trying to say the perfect thing, constantly available, constantly reaching. But attraction isn't built by always being around. It's built in your absence. It's not the constant presence that creates desire, it's the emotional impact you leave behind when you're gone. Because the real test of how she feels about you doesn't happen when you're together. It happens when you're not. When you step back, everything changes. That's when she begins to feel the space you once filled. And the way she feels in that space? That's what tells the truth. A woman doesn't start craving a man just because he's no longer texting. She starts craving him if he gave her something real. Emotional safety, intrigue, confidence, calmness. She remembers the little things. The way you made her laugh, the comfort of your presence, the subtle way you showed up differently than the rest. That only happens if you were worth remembering. If you were just another guy sending generic texts, trying too hard to impress, she won't feel the void. But if you made an impact, she feels the shift instantly. Women are extremely aware of emotional energy. They may not always express it, but they sense when something changes. When you stop chasing, when you stop pouring your energy into someone who isn't reciprocating, she notices. At first, she might act unbothered, tell herself it's not a big deal, but deep down, she feels it. And once she starts wondering why you pulled away, that's when the dynamic begins to shift. Now, she's thinking about you, not the other way around. This isn't about playing games. It's about knowing your worth. When you're always there, always initiating, you remove all tension, all mystery. She knows she has you. And what's fully secured rarely feels exciting. But the moment you step back and focus on yourself, when you live your life without needing her validation, that's when she starts paying attention. Not because you're ignoring her, but because your energy has changed. You're no longer trying to be chosen. You're just living your life in alignment with your value. And here's what happens next. She starts trying to regain control. Maybe she texts you randomly. Maybe she watches your stories, likes old posts, posts something suggestive to test your reaction. These aren't accidents. These are emotional probes. She's trying to see if she still has access to your energy. And this is where most men cave. They get a little breadcrumb and come running back. But if you truly understand your worth, you don't respond from need. You observe. You hold your frame. You let her come to you. When you don't jump at every piece of attention she throws, she begins comparing you to other men. And here's the truth. If you were just another guy giving her what every other guy does, she'll forget you. But if you were the man who set boundaries, stayed centered, and didn't make her the center of your world, you'll stand out. She might go on dates, entertain others, but none of them will feel like you. That's when she realizes what she had with you wasn't ordinary. Eventually, she starts questioning herself. Did she misjudge you? Was she wrong to think she had you figured out? Because you're no longer predictable. You're not chasing. You're not waiting around. That silence, it starts making noise in her mind. Women overthink the same way men do, but what hits them hardest is the contrast. You were there, consistent, solid, and now you're not. That imbalance makes her question everything she assumed. It plants a seed of doubt that grows with every moment you remain grounded. Then comes the moment of truth. She either makes a move, or she fades. And most men panic at this stage. They want to fix it, reach out, try to reclaim her attention. But you can't force someone to see your value. You either inspire it, or you don't. If she steps up and shows effort, that's your green light. If she disappears, that's your answer. You don't chase someone who never wanted to be caught. You don't invest in someone who never matched your energy. And the beauty is, you win either way. If she comes back, it's because she respects your value. If she doesn't, she was never meant to stay. You don't need to beg for attention to prove your worth. You just need to trust that holding your ground is enough. Most guys lose themselves trying to win someone else. But the man who truly wins? He never plays a game he has to lose himself to win. Here's the truth. Women don't respect men who fold under pressure. They respect the ones who stay solid, regardless of what she does. Even if she doesn't say it, she feels it. Your stability, your unbothered presence. It stands out in a world full of insecure men who chase approval. You don't gain respect by reacting. You gain it by remaining unfazed. By showing that your emotional world doesn't revolve around her validation. Because ultimately, women don't crave the guy who's always available. They crave the man who is valuable. The one who doesn't hand out his energy for free. The one who protects his peace and doesn't let anyone disturb it without earning their place. And when you show her that you don't need her attention to feel complete, that's when she starts valuing yours. A man who walks with confidence, who knows his value, and who isn't afraid to let go, that's the man who changes the game. That's the man she replays in her mind. That's the man who sticks. So next time you feel tempted to chase, remember this. If your presence didn't move her, your absence just might. Let her miss you. Let her realize what she had. And if she never does, you were never meant to shrink yourself to fit in someone else's life. You're the prize. Act like it. You said, write the prompt to generate this image. ChatGPT said, here's a prompt you can use to generate an image like the one you shared. Prompt, a black and white cartoon-style drawing of a man and woman sitting at a table in a quiet, emotional setting. The woman has her hair tied back, wearing a modest dress, looking at the man with a concerned or sad expression. The man has slicked back dark hair, a formal suit, and a solemn face. A coffee cup sits between them on the table. The atmosphere is dramatic and serious. Add large bold yellow text in the center of the image saying your absence. Let me know if you want it regenerated with a different vibe, like more emotional, cinematic, or modern.